welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the first savings challenge video of February. So I'm super excited to get started. I have two piles of money here. Let's go through this one first. This is what I budget for these savings challenges. So I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, $200 that I budget for the savings challenges. And then this stack of money is my rollover money from the month of January. So I give myself $100 in cash that I can use for things like coffee or going out with a friend or like, little things like that. And it's, up to me to decide what I want to use it on. And then this is the rollover. So this is what I did not spend from January. So I have a good amount today. I'm super excited about it. I have 20, 40, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68, $69. Now these four ones I'm going to put in the tray because these are going to go towards different savings challenges. I collect certain letters and then they go towards topping up different categories. So I'll talk about these when we get there. So that leaves me with $65 here that's going to go into Dolores. So Dolores is my elephant piggy bank that I use to put my rollover money into. My birthday is at the very end of December. So what I do is the money that I put into Dolores, I can use to buy a birthday present for myself. So it's a really fun way to be surprised on how much is going to be there because I don't keep track of this. And being that it's in Dolores, it's not like I can just see it and count it. And it also kind of helps to motivate me to not spend all this money every single month. So I have something, to put into Dolores. So starting the year off strong. I don't know if every month is going to be like that. To be honest, January was super cold. I had a work trip. I just other than that work trip wasn't doing much. And everything on my work trip was expensive. So, it doesn't really count. And yeah, it's been so cold that we haven't been out doing anything. My friend and I have just been keeping it pretty quiet. So yeah, I can't promise every month we'll have that much, but I'm certainly grateful that January did. So that's Dolores, filled up for the month of February. We'll stick her off to the side here. And we can get going with some of my other challenges here. I'm just going to get situated. Hopefully all this fits. Okay, so the first challenge or I guess the next challenge, because Dolores is kind of like a challenge. The next one I'm going to do is my 100 envelope box. She's looking a little wobbly, so I'm just going to move her. This is money I use to save up throughout the year. It's a mystery. I don't know how much is going to be saved in here, which makes it kind of fun. And this is also one that I unstuff at the end of the year. My husband and I use the money that's saved up throughout the year for the following year for self-care appointments like massages or getting our hair done, get my nails done, whatever. So yeah, it's just kind of a fun way because that's something we struggle with feeling justified to spend money on. So if I have a savings challenge and we save all year, then we have a nice lump sum that we get to kind of have fun with the following year. So I roll these two dice and randomize what I get. So I got a 1 and a 2. I multiply these each by $5. So 1 times 5 is 5. And then 2 times 5 will be $10. So we'll do that. I just had to go to the bank earlier today to get a bunch of denominations because I basically only had 20. So I had to go get some change. Okay, I'm going to roll again for these last two purple envelopes. So I got a 3 and a 4. So 3 times 5 would be 15. And then 4 times 5 will be 20. And being that it's still kind of the new year, if you want to see how much I saved from this 100 envelope box from 2025, I can link that video if you're interested. It's always kind of a fun one to watch. So I'll just stick these up the back of my tin here, and that's going to be it for this one. So off to the side that'll go. I'm just going to take a quick drink here. I'm back on these bubblers. Have you ever had these? It's like a caffeinated sparkling water. I think they're really good. Okay, next let's do my owl binder. And I need my pen. So I'm using this Iris Budget's owl binder to save $500. The last $500, I should say, for my best friend's wedding. So I've done this 3 times. her wedding is in August, at the end of August. So I want to complete it one more time so that my husband and I have $2,000. It is out of town. We'll have to stay like at the resort where everything's taking place, which is a little spendy. So most of this will go towards our accommodations and then, you know, like my dress and shoes and all the other stuff. I'm the maid of honor. So we're going to add $40 in today. And I think what we're going to do is this 15, so that'd be 30, and I guess we'll do this 10 then. That'd be 40. It just kind of worked out that if I do 40 each time, then I should hit that goal like pretty reasonably, and then there'll be opportunities for me to put even more in like at bonus top up. So here's the 15, here's the 10, and then we're skipping over this 5. We'll come back to it. So I'm going to put my little sticky here so I don't forget. And then here's that other 15. Cool. So that is it for here. Nice and easy. And let's do my self-care binder. So this is my top up for self-care. So I said I have all that money from the 100 envelope, and then I still do kind of a smaller savings challenge here just to add a little bit more throughout the year. So I use this rock, paper, scissors dice, and let's see what we get. Scissors, so scissors is 15. So I'm gonna add 15 in today. Actually, yeah. So now I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 85. I'm actually gonna take these two 10s and swap them for a 20, just so that I have enough change. So still $85, just condensed. So this one I'll probably let build up for the first half of the year or so, and I'll still work through the money that I already have in my other categories. And then when I need that first one, then I can use it. But I'm just kind of in building mode. All right, then on to my black binder here. This is where all my other savings challenges live. And we have some fun ones. So first is Friend's Wedding. So I just did that owl binder, but this is where the $1 bills that have either a B or a K go. That's their initials, who's getting married. So I found 2 B dollars today, and it's just a fun way to kind of top up that owl binder. So I work towards bundles of 20. So I'm going to add 2 more in today, and I can mark off another gumball machine and a Reese's cup. Those are my favorite candy. So now I have 5 that I'm working towards finding 15 more that are either K's or B's, and I get those just from change from using that spending money that's in my wallet throughout the month. Okay, seasonal. So I'm working on my winter seasonal challenge. I'll just set that to the side, and we're gonna roll this color dice and then color in the string of lights and see how much I save with the different amounts that everything is allocated. So let's see what we get. Red, so let me find that marker. Okay, so that'd be $2. Just put it there. Okay, next. Purple, that's also $2. And we'll roll one more time. Orange is $5. So 2, 4, 9. I round up, so we'll actually put $10 in today. But let me just color these in. So I have a little sheet like this for each season that we'll be doing this year, and I just think it's fun. And I got this colorful dice, so I wanted to have a way to use it. So anyway, $10. Oops, that went shooting out of my tray. $10 going in. I don't count this one. So we have 3 more light bulbs for the end of February. And so the next one, we will count up what I saved for winter, and then we'll do a little reallocation. So anything that I want to top up, I'll use this money for, but I don't know what I've saved. It's just kind of a fun mystery challenge. All right, next is upcoming trips. So this is one that's a scratch off, and I don't have any trips planned at the moment. However, I am itching to get out of the cold. So I'm trying to convince my best friend for like a 3-day weekend somewhere, but we haven't talked about it a ton. Or maybe my husband. My husband travels a lot for work, so if he's going somewhere warm, in probably the next 2 months. I might just tack on with him for a few days. I work remotely, so I can kind of work anywhere. So we might do that. So I got a 2, and now I round up. So this is actually going to get 5 instead of 2. And let's put this in here and count. Now I did condense this just a little bit because it was getting pretty thick. Oh, I should also mention, this is where any C dollars, and I did find a C dollar, goes to see the world. So I'm actually adding $6 in today in total. Okay, so to give it a count, I've got 50, 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 90, 1, 2, 3. 393. That is a good number. So I'm just going to keep, working on it. Inevitably, I will go on some trip at some point in time, and I'll always be happy to have money for that. So this is obviously not going to save for enough for the whole trip, but usually I use this cash for like tips, for miscellaneous, for just having cash for, again, small purchases, like light lunches, snacks, coffees, ice cream, all that. So yeah. Okay, adventures. We're going to do this one today. And I do a spinny little thing here. So let's see if we get red or yellow. Okay, it landed on red. Red is $10. And this is just for like fun little things. I haven't used it for a while, but my friend just invited me to go mini golfing. So I'll probably use this money for that. That sounds like a fun little adventure. So now we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 210. I don't know exactly how much mini golfing is. I'd imagine maybe like $30 or $40. So I think I'll pull it from here when that time comes. All right, next is the $5 challenge. So we take a look at my tray, and I have 2 5s still remaining. So we're going to add those into the $5 challenge. My goal is to get to 100. And once we get there, then I do a really fun roll with it reallocation. So now I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So 30 more to go. And I use these Snoopy stickers that I have for this challenge. So I actually have Valentine's ones. I have 2 sheets of Valentine's ones. So I'm so excited that I have 2 5s. Maybe I can pick one from each sheet. Let's do this one. Snoopy kind of as like Cupid. So that's 5. And from this sheet, let's do this one with Snoopy and Charlie Brown hugging. That's cute. Okay, so there we have it. If I need to go on the backside, I will. I'm just a recovering sticker. I don't know. What would you call it? I'm the kid that was too scared to use their stickers because I couldn't commit to where I wanted to put them. So I just never used stickers. So in some ways, using these stickers for a saving challenge is a little bit healing for me. I don't know what you would call that. If that is also you, how would you describe that? Is that a commitment issue? I don't know. All right, moving on. I have home projects. So this one I'm going to add $10 into, and I don't have a 10 in my tray. So I'm going to take a 20 and take a 10 out. There we have it. And we'll mark off 10. So this is to be used for, little like decorating projects or little repairs, nothing like big, but just it's nice to have. So I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 130, 135 in here. So that feels good. Probably once I get, closer to 150, then I'll start looking around my house to see what we might want to do. Okay, then we have holidays. So I have $50 for Valentine's Day already saved up. My husband and I are going to the Minnesota Orchestra. There's a concert that we're going to see that weekend. I think it's Saturday. I don't know. I could be making that up. But it's sometime that weekend. So I'm really excited for that. So I have $50 here that I've saved that we'll either use for like, you know, apps beforehand or whatever. But it's for our, you know, our weekend, or if we want to get flowers, whatever. So that's that. I have also fully funded St. Patrick's Day, which has $50 in it. And I've also fully funded Easter, which has $50 in it. So I'm really far ahead this year, which makes me happy. So we are working on Memorial Day weekend. My goal is $100 just because it's usually full of activities kind of all weekend long of that 3-day weekend. So I'm going to add $30. Okay. All right, so I've added $30. Now I have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70 in here. So I should finish it next time, which is great. So let's mark off another 30. So here's a 10. And then let's see here. I've got some 7s and 3s. So 7 and 3 is 20. And then here's another 7 and 3. And that's 30. Awesome. Okay, and then I have other holidays that we'll get to, you know, I go in order. And at the very end is rainy day. So this is a savings challenge dedicated to our emergency fund. My husband and I had to use quite a bit out of our emergency fund last year. So we have money going every month from our paychecks to rebuild it. But then I wanted to do a dedicated savings challenge to help build it up too. So this will save $500. And I have $20 left in my tray, and then I have this E dollar. So I decided if I find any $1 bills with the letter E for emergency, it would go towards the rainy day challenge. So I'm going to add $21 into this one today. It looks like 21 is already marked off here as a number. So I'm going to do, I guess we'll do 19 and 2. And if I need to free up, you know, numbers later, I can always kind of condense this tracker. But for now, it works. And let's add this in here. So this will save $500. I currently have $100, $200, $300, $20, $35, $36. So $336 in rainy day. And that is the end of my money for today's savings challenges, but I'm really happy with the progress I've made. So there you have it. That's what I saved for the first part of February. I will be doing a second savings challenge video later on in the month. So if you like savings challenges videos, more to come. And I'm also doing savings challenges for Christmas this year. So I'll be posting that about every 25th, just because that seems like a good time. So thanks again so much for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you soon in my next one. Bye.